everybody. Welcome to another exciting edition of Omnibros Live on a Thursday. It's manga night, and today we're going to be taking a look at all the cool stuff that's coming out in the month of August. Pretty interesting. Lots of cool stuff. Looking forward to chatting about that with everybody. Anybody that's here online, or if you're watching at a later point in time, all that fun stuff. Leave your comments down below as well. So thank you guys for tuning in. I am your boy Geo here, still petitioning for an Inhumans Omnibus. We've been wavering on that, but I remain strong that it'll happen. With your help, petitioning online, we're going to make it happen. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you so much to the chat, as always, starting to trickle in. Thank you to our wonderful sponsor for making tonight's show happen. That is, of course, InStockTrades.com, your home for all things collected editions, whether it be your favorite Omni, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, and in this case, manga. All the manga that we're going to talk about tonight, all the stuff that's coming out in August, you're going to get it at great prices over at InStockTrades.com. Up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that if you order on a week-by-week basis. Fantastic customer service and wonderful packaging at InStockTrades.com, the official sponsor of Omnibros Live here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. And yeah, take a look at some of the deals here. You can see some manga, of course, top sellers, all that fun stuff. You get it at IST. Shout out to them for sponsoring your favorite Omnibros. Yeah, there we go, baby. Beautiful. So shout out to them. Thank you to the chat again. Warren, thank you for tuning in. Travis, my man, thank you. Let's do this. This microphone's kind of janky tonight, so I'm going to hold it just in case. The Geo shows have returned. Looks like it, or maybe not. Who knows? We'll see what happens. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't really have what do you call it, a haul because I made the foolish decision to pair everything with the summertime rendering hardcovers that were supposed to come out ages ago. That all got delayed. We still don't have an actual release date, so I made a massive order with the folks at Bright Stuff, a couple books from June and all that stuff, and that just held up everything. I also made an order from In Stock Trades, but no problems there. That's coming out pretty soon. So unfortunately, I don't have items to show you, but I did get a couple new series for my collection, something pretty unorthodox. One of the series that I started getting is Inspector, which I really love the anime, and I wanted to get the manga. But since I already know the first arc, I wasn't in a rush to get the first arc, and most of it I think it is out of stock at the moment. So I started getting the stuff that's past the first arc, which would be volume 7 onwards. I just ordered the last 3 hardcovers from Summertime Rendering. Can't wait to get them in 2023. Apparently that's what's going to happen. They're still listed for the first week of August. I really don't think that's going to happen, because if the first ones aren't out, I mean, we've seen this type of delay with comics, so it doesn't surprise me. I'm just going to make a separate order for the summertime stuff, a separate order, so it doesn't happen again. Comic Z Master, have you read Sigatera? Is it worth reading? I'll be honest with you, I wanted to start reading it. But I'm not huge on the art, and with so much stuff that I'm checking out, anime-wise, and books and all that, and gaming, I skipped it. But I hear the story is fantastic, though. And again, I do want to read it at some point. It's just the art kind of not for me. Beautiful Otaku, thank you for joining. Finally catching you live again. Been too busy adulting. I need to relax and buy some manga. That's what we're going to look at tonight. What's the deal with Summertime Rendering hardcovers? It's a pain ordering them. Also, whose bright idea to change the anime's name to Summertime Render. I believe the anime, the anime is still Summertime Rendering, unless they change it for the local market. Thanks to Disney Plus. I don't know. But the Summertime Rendering hardcovers, they had the trades first, and I believe those are on schedule, or the first 3 are coming out, or some are out. I don't know. There's a Barnes and Noble box, which I can share here. Microphone, I need you to cooperate tonight, please. Thank you. All right. Barnes and Noble. Let's see. I can share this. The Summertime Rendering box set, which is pretty cool. They already have the 2 box sets. One is out, and the other is already solicited. Pretty interesting. This is already out, and I kind of want to get a refund for the hardcovers and just get this instead, but whatever. I guess I'm going to be one of the cool kids with the hardcovers eventually. Okay, so starting off right, here's the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition paperback box set number 1 with the first 3 chunky trade paperbacks. It's a great series, by the way. I'm really loving it. And the second one is over here. Okay, also looking really cool with the white. That's awesome. Love it. So this one is set for August 16th. I believe it. I think it was an easier bet to come out with the trades. Oh, Travis, thank you for the update. Don't anybody get that box set. It is shit. Super thin and cheap. Oh, well, there you go. Let's take that off the screen. Saved you guys $100+ on that. Thank you, Travis. I guess we're not getting that. So the trade paperbacks were coming out first. Then they announced the hardcovers, or I think it was the other way around. Then it got delayed. They put out a statement saying that at some point in July they were going to come out. July's gone. I mean, right? This is the final week. This is the final show of July for us, and nothing happened. Mal has it as Summertime Rendering. No, it's supposed to be Summertime Rendering. I don't know. At least on AniList. But yeah, I happen to be on the Discord server for Udon, and they have a specific what do you call it? Chat tab thing. I really don't like Discord that much, but I have it for some reason. They have a section for Summertime Rendering. Nothing, just crickets. Last message was back in early June or something, so I have no idea. Nobody said anything at San Diego Comic-Con, so one day they'll come out. How do I pronounce that? Professor Otaku? Prof Otaku did an unboxing. I think the hardcover is the way to go, in my opinion. Yeah, because they are 2-in-1s, so it looks sturdier, and I think the hardcover binding is best for that stuff. Also, let me up the music a little bit. There we go. I have some music on here. So that's what's happening. Will we see it? Probably. I think mid-August is the date, and then the remaining 3 will come out in September. I think that's what will probably happen. So going back to the stuff that I did get, that I hauled, but it's not here. I got I started getting Inspector, which is great if you like yokai, supernatural themed detective noir type mysteries with a cute rambunctious girl. I think that's your safe bet. I think you'll like it. The anime I thought was really underrated. I loved it, and I'm looking forward to more, especially because season 2 of the show, and now with the volumes that I got, they deal with oh my gosh, what's her name? Was it the Yuki Onna? deal with the Yuki Onna, which happens to be my favorite of the yokai. So I'm really excited about that. As for what I'm reading, Travis, you'll be happy to know that I'm currently reading. What's the name of the thing? Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. I made a promise that I would do that because of the anime that's debuting. Unfortunately, the anime is not that hot. Disappointed a lot of people. I have some thoughts on it as well. I'm going to talk about it later on my channel. But before the show ends its run, you will be seeing me post my essay review on Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. So hold on tight for that. I'm currently working on a Battle Angel Alita manga review on my channel, so that's exciting. Just takes time because I'd like to treat each video nice and talk about it in depth, all the bells and whistles in my own style, not just, here's the book, it's awesome for this X and Y reason. I'm going to go a little bit more into it with my videos. So I've been reading that, and I've mostly just been watching a lot of the shows that are coming out. Uncle from Another World, I started reading it because I like the show, and it's a lot of fun. If you guys don't know Uncle from Another World, you have this character. Oh, James, I'll get to that in a second. Hold on. If you guys don't know, Uncle from Another World is this series, manga. I think it was a light novel, then a manga, then an anime, about this character that wakes up after 17 years of being in a coma. Turns out he was isekai'd into a fantasy world, and he is an uncle now, and he is the biggest gaming nerd, retro Sega nerd that you can ever imagine. And now that he's back in our world, his nephew is helping him get with the times and all that stuff after being in a coma. And his nephew learns that, yes, he was actually in another world. He still has the magic spells and all that stuff. But what's funny about it is that it just, whatever you're thinking of isekai, this subverts that and gives you a new way to look at isekai stories. The uncle's really funny. And the idea that it's based on gaming as a hobby for him and his nephew is really awesome. There's so many tributes to Sega. Obviously, they paid a lot of licensing fees and money so they could feature stuff like the Sega Saturn console. They constantly talk about Sega and feature other games. They make references to other eras, not just to Saturn. Literally, the last episode that I watched, they were talking about the Game Gear TV tuner. I remember using that on my Game Gear. So that was a blast from the past. I love that show. Really fun. You guys got to check it out. The manga is readily available. I suspect after it debuts everywhere, I think it's Netflix, I'm going to probably see, or we're probably going to see it go out of stock. So don't say I didn't warn you, just in case. Did you watch Tomodachi Game? I watched around 4 episodes and having a hard time with the series. It doesn't get any better. I'll be honest with you. I hated, and that's a strong word. I don't use that often. I hated almost everything about Tomodachi Game. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like the plot. But since my channel is committed to talking about all the seasonal stuff, I watched all of it. There are bright spots towards the middle and ending for it, but it's not something I would recommend, honestly. It's those death games, death battle games, or whatever you call them, not necessarily battle royale, but like the death games where these high schoolers get trapped in this deadly game that tests their friendship and knowledge of each other, and there are deadly consequences, a lot of betrayal, but it just has the edgiest dialogue, the edgiest characters. It's not that appealing. I didn't like it as much. So I hope that stirs you in the right direction. I would look elsewhere for modern anime. Gia read a comment on another video, and the person said the Lucifer is that Lucifer is on the Shonen Jump app. Is that true? I don't think it's a Shonen Jump title. And still Nat 7 Seas is not reprinting. I haven't checked, and I don't have. I guess I could go into the Viz profile here on my computer. I don't think it's there. Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. The thing is, oh, Baz, thank you so much, guys. What would I do without this chat? Hey, man, I just checked and it's not. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know why they would tell you that. 7Cs, I do remember emailing them a while ago, like, hey, Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer, super out of print. You guys are gonna bring that back? They're like, nah, we're not. Okay. Now with the show, maybe they might think of doing it, but then again, the show kind of debuted it with a flat bump. Nothing too spectacular there. I don't know. I hope they do reprint it. I got to give a massive shout out to Travis for hooking me up with my copies of Lucifer. That's amazing. I'm still in awe. Every time I walk past the shelf and I see it, I'm like, damn it. Thank you so much, buddy. I have the whole series, but I was just curious. Nice. It's also not on the Viz website. There you go. So that is what's happening in my world. Unfortunately, I kind of wanted to show the books I got. Not a whole lot, because I have to deal with space issues. The shelf is jam-packed, and now there are 3 layers in the cubes, and books are on top. I have 2 rows of indie comics and Marvel and DC stuff. I'm trying to see if I can make room elsewhere, take that out, and just have the full 2 Kalax shelves dedicated to manga. That's something that is probably going to happen, but not anytime soon. So I'm just slowing down and not getting as much stuff. I'm just focusing on the stuff that I'm currently collecting. And if I can read that stuff online, great. At some point, I hope in the future I have room to display everything and get all the stuff. But for now, it's like playing Tetris whenever I get a haul of books. So yeah. I did get Vagabond 10, 11, 12, but thanks to summertime rendering, all that's delayed. And I don't even know if they got to my order in time. So I have no idea of knowing if they actually saved those books for me. Because I know they all went, they were for a brief moment in time, they were all in stock and available. Not so much these days. I think if you're interested in having it reprinted, I feel like with enough people reaching out, they may do a limited run. That would be awesome. Maybe like a slightly bigger deluxe edition, but it's a long series because this one is already like a 2-in-1 book thing, right? But we'll see. I have no pull whatsoever. I'm just a schmuck talking about books online, but hopefully I'll make that video as soon as I can, and hopefully people watch it and enjoy it and share it, share the love around, and we can tweet at 7Cs for that to happen. Again, I have no power over that whatsoever. I mean, I'm just a measly little creator on this platform, but we'll try. Hippo King, welcome back. What's up? That's true, yeah, and a ton of 7Cs titles have been getting delayed. Yeah. Tolga, I haven't seen you in a minute. Thank you so much for joining, buddy. Appreciate it. 7Cs is notorious for not reprinting older series. They have been a bit better with newer stuff. Yeah, I agree. It's been a while. I used to be in contact with them, but it's been a minute since I've chatted with them via email. Well, I'll see what I can do. Okay, so with all of that out of the way, let's do some previews. It's going to be a short one tonight, but let's do some previews. Let's share my screen here with, again, if you guys don't know, if you're new here, I use the Right Stuff list. I used to do slideshows, which is my preferred format, but I will never forget that time we got claimed mysteriously for sharing images, and the whole stream was taken down. So that's why I used the Right Stuff listing. Seven Seas and Yen Press equals nightmare for older series. Yep. Don't forget to message Seven Seas about printing Blood Diver Ringo and the Fishbowl Man. I have pictures of that manga on my computer here. So yeah, I'm aware. Don't worry. I'm gonna make that happen someday. I don't know if you're reading Die Dark, but it's in the Dorohedoro world. Die Dark's amazing. Yes, I've only read the first 2 manga volumes. Highly recommend it. I have a video on it if you guys want to check it out on my channel. It's a Week in Geekdom. Sort of a first impressions basis. Pretty cool manga series. Great art. Okay, let's share the screen here. Okay, how does it look? Let me switch on over to my other computer. Not other monitor. Fantastic. There we go. Okay. Actually, okay, so this is going to be super weird. Give me a second here, guys. I know this just is not what you guys want to see, but I'm having some internet Wi-Fi issues. If it keeps doing that, I might just have to switch to a LAN port. Let's see if it settles down. Okay. If not, we'll switch over. If that happens, I'll just put up a screen here, like be right back. Leave you guys with some music, and come back and fix the whole thing. But it looks like it's stable now. Okay. Whew. It says here, these titles are already in stock, of course, but these are for the first week of August. You got today's menu for the Emiya family. If you guys like Fate Stay Night, this is a fun little wholesome spin-off with the focus on them cooking. It even has a freaking Switch game, if you can believe it. Also here is Pleasure and Corruption Volume 5. Kaguya-sama Love is War Volume 23. It's nearly done. Just a couple more volumes, if I remember correctly, or a couple more chapters before it ends. And finally, One Piece Volume 100. That is insane that we live in an era where we can say Volume 100 of a manga is coming out. That is really cool. I am super behind on One Piece. I've mentioned it multiple times in the past, but I'll say it again. I'm super behind. I think because I'm collecting it via the Omnibus 3-in-1 editions. The one I left off was at Water 7, I think it was, Annie's Lobby, whatever it's called. So I am super behind on that. Volume 100 of a manga that actually made it to English. Yeah, man. That's so friggin' wild. That's great. I love it. Toilet Bound Hanako-kun Volume 14. I'm still impressed that this series sells well, because it makes the top list of graphic novels each month, or multiple times, not every month. But that's great. I really enjoyed the anime for it. Haven't read the manga yet, but it looks solid. The Beginning After the End, graphic novel Volume 1. We also have The Other World's Books Depend on the Bean Counter, Volume 1. Bungo Stray Dogs, Volume 3. Canis Dear Hatter, Volume 1. Moriarty the Patriot, Volume 8. Canis looks cool. I think we talked about that like a month ago or 2 months ago. Pretty interesting. I hope I said I hit all the adult stuff. I don't want to get claimed for that either. I've been killing slimes for 300 years and maxed out my level, Volume 9. I also have the first impressions on this as well, if you guys want to check it out. Pretty fun little comedy isekai. Love and Heart, Volume 5. My romantic comedy is wrong, as I expected, Volume 18. started reading this and totally forgot to keep going. I read like 1 or 2 volumes. It's fun. Overlord, the Undead King O, Volume 8, the Chibi spinoff. The Splendid Work of a Monster Maid, Volume 3. Dragon Ball Super, Volume 60. Canis is a follow-up to another Kuma. Yep, that's true. I'll look up the other one in a minute after we're done with previews, but yeah, super interesting. Let's go back over here. Scroll down here. Okay. Oh boy. Get ready, guys. It's a lot of stuff. We got Snow White with the Red Hair, Volume 20, as well as one of my all-time favorite isekai. It is Ascendance of a Bookworm, the official fan book, Volume 2. Highly recommend checking this one out. Bleach, the 20th Anniversary Edition Manga, Volume 1. This is actually pretty cool. Reprinting the series for the anniversary. Obviously, this is a big year. The anime is coming back, adapting the final arc and all that. I'm tempted to get this just for cosmetic reasons because it looks cool, and this is like the initial illustration, right, for the manga, but as it was coming out back in the day. 20 years since Bleach came out. I feel ancient. And here is everyone's favorite Summertime Rendering Volume 4 hardcover. Absolutely love this series. It's a shame that I don't have the friggin' books with me in hardcover format, but apparently we are getting them on the first week. Remains to be seen, but here is Volume 4, 5, and 6 for Summertime Rendering. So if you're wondering, that will be it. Just 6, either 6 trades or 6 hardcovers. And they also have the trades coming out as well, the trade paperback versions, as well as Sailor Moon, the Naoko Takeuchi collection. I was tempted to get this, but I ran out of space because I have all of Sailor Moon, the original stuff, the anime, on Blu-ray, and I kind of wanted to own the original manga as well, but sadly, I don't have a space for a library, just a couple shelves. Here is My Wife Has No Emotion, Volume 3. It's a cyberpunkish, not cyberpunk, like a cybernetic rom-com in the future. An Assassin's Creed Dynasty, Volume 4, with a wonderful cover. A Centaur's Life, Volume 21. Wow, 21 volumes of that. Komi Can Communicate, Volume 20. Fun little rom-com there. Osan Idol, Volume 6, as well as Blackguard, Volume 3. I don't know if Blackguard, is that the final one? I need to, let's see if I can check that real quick. No, latest volume. Okay, so it's not the final one. Okay. Night of the Ice, Volume 11 is coming out. Hey! Summertime Rendering hardcovers have been postponed until later this year. The printer done messed up. That's what we all wanted to hear. But thank you so much, NMC. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. I need to email the friggin' company so that they can push my hardcovers aside and ship the rest of the stuff. I don't mind waiting. I'm a patient weeb. I just don't want the rest of the order to be held up forever. So Night of the Ice, Volume 11, and Yokohama Kaidashi Kiko Deluxe Edition, Volume 1. I remember some people were ecstatic because they bought bootleg versions of this, like self-printed, but it's finally coming out from 7 Seas in omnibus form, I think 2-in-1s. I'm getting this. This looks really cool. I believe, memory serves me right, sorry, little tongue-tied there. I believe she is a cyborg or an android in the future running a coffee shop for a cafe, and the world is flooded due to global warming and stuff like that. So it's sort of like a slice of life. In the future, long after environmental catastrophe, all right, I'm off to a good start. Alpha, the android, runs a small cafe in a seaside town. As she wonders if her absent owner will ever return, she stands witness to the twilight of humanity with coffee, a slice of watermelon, and the sound of her moon guitar. Alpha and her fellow residents enjoy the melancholy beauty of life, even as the end approaches. I am all in for this. Love it. I love that premise. Next up is Sakurai-san Wants to Be Noticed, Volume 1. Love this cover, even though I have no intention to read it, but I love the cover. Sensei's Pious Lie, Volume 3. This is another manga that I ordered, and it got delayed. It got pushed back. The Tunnel to Summer, The Exit of Goodbyes, Ultramarine, Volume 1. I believe this is either getting a live-action film in Japan or an anime adaptation. One of the two. Or maybe both. I don't know. If memory serves me right, this is about a tunnel that warps time and space, or something. Tono heard a rumor the laws of space and time mean nothing to Urashima Tunnel. If you find it, walk through and you'll find your heart's desire on the other side, in exchange for years of your own life. On the night, Kaoru just so happens to find himself standing in front of a tunnel that looks suspiciously like the one the rumor describes. He finds himself thinking of Karen, the sister he lost in an accident 5 years ago. To his surprise, he's been followed by the new transfer student who promises to help him experiment with the mysterious tunnel. But what does she want from Kaoru in exchange? I kind of want to read that, so I went ahead and ordered the first volume, see how it goes. We're talking about manga, but yeah, of course, I'm always petitioning for that bad boy. We need that in Humans Omnibus ASAP. World End Solte, Volume 1. I like the colors for that. Pretty cool. Tobu GP Volume 9 is coming out. The Duke of Death and His Maid Volume 2. High School Prodigies Have It Easy Even in Another World Volume 12. Fly Me to the Moon Volume 12 as well. That's a nice rom-com. Really enjoyed that one. Kirby Manga, 5 volumes. Damn. I thought it was over. I thought it was like 3. Okay, cool. More Kirby. I need to get that. I need to get the Nintendo manga stuff. I don't have any of that except the Pokemon stuff. In Another World with My Smartphone, Volume 6. I remember the chat told me to watch the show of that. I still have it on my queue list. I haven't forgotten. My Next Life is a Villainous. All Routes Lead to Doom, Volume 7. I'm going to butcher this. Kowloon, Generic Romance, Volume 1. The Haunted Bookstore Gateway to a Parallel Universe, Volume 2. This one is super not safe for work. Just in case you were wondering, don't let the cover fool you. World's End Harem, Fantasia, Volume 7. This is a spin-off from World's End Harem. Over here we got Phantom Tales of the Night, Volume 9. And speaking of Phantom Tales, I'm joined by one of my friends and co-hosts, Omnibus Collector.
I'm so sorry. My weekdays are all screwy since coming back in town on Monday.
I didn't mind. I just posted the link on our chat. I'm like, whatever happens, whomever wants to show up, I'm good. So we got some near mint condition action earlier. Omar was in the chat letting us know that the hardcovers for Summertime Rendering were delayed, and the printer messed up.
Yeah, they said at Comic-Con October is when they expected at this point.
Yeah, I love my one rant, and I talked about it earlier. I'm in their stupid Discord server, and the Summertime Rendering section, nothing. And I'm like, I guess they don't care about it. But that's good to know.
I think they had all 6 of the paperbacks at the convention. Like they
I
were
think
selling
so.
the set.
Yeah.
And I say that because I remember, if I'm not misremembering it, Deb Aoki, she purchased the whole set and posted it on Twitter, and she's like, I'm gonna be reading these, like, you know, I think she said like on her flight or whatever to whatever her next thing was.
Nice. Oh, and man, you bought World's End Harem. Interesting. Let me know what you think of that. I read the main series, and that is extremely inappropriate. Don't let young people read that. It's straight up pornographic. So don't. I was just curious because I saw the anime aired 2 seasons ago, and I said, you know what? I'm going to read the manga. Screw it, because the anime on Crunchyroll was stupidly censored. It looked ridiculous, so I wanted to check out the manga. That was an experience, let me tell you.
I was supposed to go spicy manga shopping with a couple of the girls that were in our Comic-Con group.
You didn't do it?
We completely ran out of time.
Damn
so
it.
they were like, we'll just recommend you some things to pick up. And I feel like the main one that they want me to read is Fire in His Fingertips.
Oh, I've seen the anime for that, or a couple episodes.
I know we talked about it at some point on this show back when it was either solicited or probably when it was solicited and when the volumes were coming out. Yeah. But one of my friends, she was upset because the newest, they're usually not censored like this, but the newest volume apparently censored his, as she put it, his salchicha. And and she was complaining about it to Deb when we were like after the panel. She was like, Deb, they censored the 4th volume of Fire in His Fingertips. And Deb has no shame whatsoever. Like, they were doing a panel talking about Josei.
Yeah.
And they were talking about, like, you know, getting into certain things. And Deb straight up was like, I have no shame in anything. Like, I started by reading the spicy, smutty stuff. And she started comparing, like, Josei smut to, like, H manga. She's like, I've read it. It's fine. I was like, all right.
Yeah, it's my philosophy. If it's not like creepy or weird, like some of those weird fetishes that you read about in news stories, if it's not that and it's just regular smut, enjoy it, read it. You know what? Screw it. But there are a couple of weird titles out there that I don't think people should read.
Most of them are like the ones that everyone's against, like the age gap stuff, where it's like one of them is super young and the other one is like 10 to 15 years older.
Yeah.
And of course they're hundreds of years old, but they're in the body of a child. Like that type of thing is a no.
Yeah.
Most people.
So I'm not gonna go back, but you know what's coming out. You look at this stuff as well. So we're in the second week of August right now.
I've already like purchased all of the first week stuff that I'm getting.
Yeah, talked about One Piece. We talked about what's the name? Oh my god, the android. I read the description earlier. The android with the cafe.
YKK.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yokohama I don't remember what
the thing. Yeah, that thing.
Kaizuku. I don't remember what the letters stand for.
I talked about. I was just reading off the description for Tunnel to Summer. I bought the book, and then I realized, and then I got the email that it got delayed to August. So now I got to wait again. It was supposed to come out this week. Phantom Tales of the Night. Blah blah blah. A Returner's Magic should be special. Graphic novel volume 1 in color. This screams manhwa.
Yeah, I think the name looks like a
Wukjaga. Original story by Usona. It looks like straight up a webtoon comic. The Royal Tutor, volume 17. Tales of the Kingdom looks really dope. Parental Advisory. Let's go.
Yeah, I like the cover.
Yeah. Double, Volume 4. And I was just talking about this earlier. I haven't been reading much, but I did briefly mention Uncle from Another World. Really been enjoying that. Super funny and awesome. I'm thinking it was either getting Inspector or getting Uncle from Another World, but I chose Inspector first. But at some point, I'll get this because I like it. It's too cool not to pick up.
I think Double is by the same creator as another series that might be coming out this month. Was it the Yakuza's Bias?
I think so. It's going to be in here. We'll check. This one is by Ayako Noda. So we'll see if that name pops up again. With you said Yakuza, right?
Yeah. I want to make sure before I make a fool of myself.
We're all fools here. Don't worry about it. Kaze Hikaru, Volume 30. And you're like me, I collect One Piece in the Omnibus format. Volume 32 of the Omnibus editions are coming out, which contains Volume 94, 95, and 96. Pokemon Sword and Shield, Volume 4. And Radiant, Volume 15. Sakamoto Days, Volume 3. As well as Splatoon Squid Kids Comedy Show, Volume 6. The King's Beast, Volume 7. And Yokai Watch, Volume 19. That is a great cover. I love it. It's so cute and adorable. I forgot. Guys, if you need something cool that's not like all the other stuff that you're already reading, Kimono Jihen is awesome. I highly recommend it. That would be one of my picks for the month. I think everybody should give that a shot. It's great. It's essentially this kid who has supernatural origins to him, and he is the basis for an investigation on the part of a detective. And hijinks ensue. I'm not going to spoil everything. The detective ends up taking the kid with him to solve cases in Tokyo, and it involves supernatural and yokai related stuff. Really fun. There is an anime for it if you want to check it out. I usually do that. I take the anime as sort of like a trailer. If I like it, maybe I'll read the book instead.
So I was wrong on two accounts. It is Yakuza's Bias that I was thinking about, but Yakuza's Bias, it's not coming out this month. It was just announced to be getting a
release?
That was from Anime Expo, and it's not that artist. It's Teki Yatsuda. So forget what I was saying, but Teki Yatsuda, because I was thinking about another series of his that is if I'm not mistaken, is a BL series.
Okay. Oh, Cleveland Brown, I didn't see your post. I would have answered this. World's End Harem, yes, it's Y the Last Man, but extremely horny and pornographic. It's so stupid. I actually had fun with it. That's how I can recommend it to people. If you don't get offended by that, you know. Survival in Another World with My Mistress, Volume 2. Doesn't sound too bad. The Game Between the Suits, Volume 1. And Vampire Dormitory, Volume 6.
I feel like I've seen people talking about Game recently. Like I'm one of my friends might have had the volumes in Spanish.
Okay.
I
know we talked about Vampire Dormitory, but I haven't heard anything about Game. Interesting. Hey, Miss Kobayashi. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, Volume 12. I prefer the show over the manga, but every time I see a new cover of the volumes, I kind of want to pick it up. But I know I like the show better than the original. That's just me. The Weakest Contestant of All Space and Time. You picked up Volume 1, right?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's just a 2-volume series, and Volume 1 was pretty, light, fun, pretty decent, not bad.
Okay. Game is a steamship imprint. Okay.
Yeah, it's steamy.
Yeah, baby.
Usually being the spicy that's aimed towards the female audience. So it's not just like boobs and butts. It's like actual
Proper
plot and stuff.
proper spice and romance.
Yeah, to get you going. It's drama.
Yeah.
It's spicy drama. I'm learning.
Shaman King Omnibus Volume 10. Is this the last one?
No, there's gonna be 2 more.
Damn it. Okay, so it's not the last one. I keep forgetting
close.
which one it is.
It's close. 35 total volumes, so it'll be
Okay. So this has volume 28, 29, and 30 in it. The Iceblade Sorcerer Shall Rule the World, Volume 1. Harukana Machie, A Distant Neighborhood, from Jiro Taniguchi.
Taniguchi. There's still one of the Taniguchi books that was supposed to come out like months ago. I think it was pushed back until way later. So hopefully this one does not fall victim to the same kind of delay.
Hopefully, yeah. New York, New York, Volume 2.
New York, New York.
Jujutsu Kaisen, Volume 17.
There we go. Super Fighter.
Kimono Jihen, yes. My other pick, guys, you need to pick up Rooster Fighter. I'm keeping up with it. I'm not ashamed to admit that, but I will be getting the physical edition. It is so much fun. I love this. It is so absurd and bonkers. This is right up my alley. Just a sentient rooster who is avenging the death of his sister at the hands of this kaiju monster with a neck tattoo. So he's going all across Japan looking for that kaiju monster, and they keep popping up, and people are turning into these monsters as well. It gets crazy. It's awesome. The detail on the fights and the rooster and the attacks, fantastic. Highly recommend Rooster Fighter if you want some craziness in your life. Way of the House Husband, Volume 8. And Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, Volume 11. This also has a box set coming out, if you guys want to wait for that. Blood on the Tracks, Volume 10. And Bake Monogatari, Volume 15. It's another series I want to collect eventually. Because if you guys want to get the anime for Bake Monogatari, be prepared to shell out at least a minimum of $1,000 to collect the full Blu-ray set. It's that expensive. Chained Soldier. I feel like Chained Soldier, each month we've talked about it, and it's finally coming out. My Dress Up Darling, Volume 6. Now, this is something I'm interested in, is Princess Knight, a new edition omnibus from Osamu Tezuka. I had no idea they were putting this out. I was completely out of the loop, so I'm excited. I like Princess Knight and Dororo, as well as Mighty Atom. Those are my 3 favorite Tezuka creations. So I will be getting this omnibus edition.
Fingers crossed it doesn't get delayed, because Bomba was delayed like 4 times or
something. Case Closed, Volume 83. You're going to get this.
Yes, now that I have the full collection. I have every volume now.
Nice. Oh my god, I saw the belly. I'm like, what am I getting into? Teasing Master Takagi-san, Volume 15. Wholesome, lovely series. Highly recommended. This, on the other hand, I have no idea. To save the world, can you wake up the morning after with a demi-human? Apparently, she is pregnant in this volume.
It's been 5 volumes. I don't even remember that series. It's been around for 5 volumes.
Yeah. Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, Volume 15. We also had Volume 14, so I don't know if 15 will come out in the same month. Probably not. Finally, after ages, we got Black Lagoon back with Volume 12. Series goes in and out of print, and right now most of them are super expensive on eBay. Another series coming back with another volume, the penultimate one, if I remember correctly.
I think so.
Dead Demons from Inio Asano, Volume 11.
And this is the final volume of Levius Est, Volume 10.
Levius Est, final volume right there. That's just a solid month. A lot of cool stuff.
A lot of Viz signature.
Ultraman, Volume 17. and Zom 100 Bucket List of the Dead Volume 7. Hinamatsuri Volume 16, as well as the Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting. I recommended this on my channel for new summer shows to watch. Highly recommend it. I love this series, and I do want to check out the manga eventually. So if you guys want something wholesome and funny, check out Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting. Welcome Back, Alice, Volume 3 from Shuzo Shimi. Did Volume 2 come out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They did this one kind of the same as they did Blackguard a couple months ago, where like Volume 1 came out and almost immediately Volume 2 came out.
Okay. This is ongoing, so we're going to be waiting a while. There aren't a lot of chapters written. I think like 20, it's 20, 25, 26, something like that. So strap in, because his main focus is on Blood on the Tracks, and then Welcome Back, Alice. With a dog and a cat, every day is fun. Volume 7. Seems pretty cute. Spriggan, Volume 1, Omnibus.
I'm excited. I've been waiting for this one.
Yeah. Crossplay Love Otaku Punk, Volume 1. I like the fur thing that we talked about a couple months ago. My repair skill became a versatile cheat, so I think I'll open a weapon shop, Volume 1, and Ramen Wolf and Curry Tiger, Volume 1. I think what's weird about this is that they gave the tiger armpit hair.
I can't tell. Is that? Yeah, okay. He's got the stripes. Because if the wolf, the chubby one, had stripes, then it would look like a chubby tiger.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of orangey.
Ramen Wolf. Supposedly people dig it. I have no idea what to expect from that, but I am interested to read it just for the hell of it. Seems wacky enough. Fire Force, Volume 28. The beginning of the end, literally. Because, what, it's like, it was 35 books?
Something like that.
Yeah. Classroom of the Elite, Volume 3. Happy Kanako's Killer Life, Volume 5 in color. And The Fox and the Little Tanuki, Volume 5. I wonder if this is a play on The Fox and the Hound.
I just recently, well, I'll hopefully be able to say so soon. I just recently got the series off of someone that was just trying to offload a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So I bought a bunch of books from them for cheap, and the first couple were part of that. So
nice. Let's see what else we got in here. Other Side Picnic, Volume 2. I don't recommend the show, but I do recommend the book. I thought the light novels and manga are done better compared to the anime for it. If you like Japanese urban legends and creepypasta stuff, you'll like Other Side Picnic.
Final hardcover of Fullmetal Alchemist.
Yep. Volume 18. Finally.
That collection.
When did the first one come out? Do you remember?
It was a while ago.
Let me check the date here.
I lived I'm pretty sure I was living at my house in Austin, because I remember selling, at least that was when it was announced, because I remember selling my paperbacks around that time. And that was 5 years ago.
May 8th, 2018 was the first hardcover.
Yeah, so it was a little over 4 years that they've been putting these out.
Wow. That's awesome.
Not terrible.
Most of them are in stock. So I think that's going to be an evergreen series for a while.
Yeah.
Hey, you might know about this. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5, Golden Wind, Volume 5.
That is a great cover.
That's my favorite of the Golden Wind covers.
The next one, I like from here, I read that as Pube graphic novel. I was like, that can't be right. And then I looked closer and I was like, oh yeah, I talked about that one last month. It was delayed.
Pulse. Blue Period, Volume 8. And we talked about this last month, I remember. The Geek X Hitman, Volume 1.
Someone on Twitter called it Weeb Wick, and the publisher stuck with it and like has been using Weeb Wick in all of their tweets about it.
Nice.
But that it does sound like a lot of fun.
Oh, good. Oh, okay, we're good. Sometimes I worry, man, because even though I have the filter to hide away the adult stuff,
I think if you have the adult, until you click on something, it should be blurred.
Okay, good. Bungo Stray Dogs, Dead Apple, Volume 1. Gahi-chan, Volume 1. From Tito Tata. Tito Tata. That's a really weird pen name.
Tito Tata.
No Longer Heroine. I thought I said No Longer Human. I'm like, how many adaptations does this book have? No Longer Heroine, Volume 1. And I also recommend this. That's why I put it in the friggin' thumbnail for this video. Josie, the Tiger, and the Fish is phenomenal. This has a million adaptations. It was originally a short story. Then it got adapted into the manga. Then it got adapted into a live-action Korean film. Then it got adapted into a live-action Japanese film. Then it got adapted into a Japanese anime film. And now we're getting the manga in English. But it's a really heartwarming story. It's a girl, invalid girl. Is that how you say it? She's in a wheelchair. And she meets up with this kid. And they do cool stuff. I don't know. you can check. Let me read the description. I'm not doing it justice. People are going to be thinking I'm recommending mediocre stuff. Josie has been in a wheelchair since she was a child and has lived her life through pictures, books, and her imagination. One day she meets Suneo, a college student, and while they clash at first, the two soon grow closer than expected. She takes this chance to venture outside with Suneo to experience a new world where surprises await. So that's that. Really wholesome, beautiful story. Highly recommended. Unnamed Memory, Volume 1, and Cross-Dressing Villainess Cecilia Sylvie, Volume 2. It's a mouthful. Let's see if I'm missing anything down below here. Oh, I talked about this, the Bleach 20th Anniversary Edition. Did you pick that up?
Yeah, I ordered it. Should be getting it soon. But one of my friends that was with us at Comic-Con bought it out there because they were selling copies of that along with other. There were some exclusive items that they had over there.
Nice. And let's see if the page below. There we go.
What week are we on?
I don't know. Last 23rd of August would be the 1, 2, 3, 4, the fourth week.
So is it 5 weeks then?
Yes, because the month of August ends on. Actually, no. What the hell am I doing? Oh, got it. On Wednesday, the 31st. Yeah, so another 5th week.
Okay.
Death March to the Parallel World Rhapsody, Volume 12. Phantom of the Idol, Volume 2. Island in a Puddle, Volume 3. Sayonara Football, Farewell, My Dear Kramer, Volume 12. Please Put Them On, Takamine-san, Volume 4. They are talking about underwear. The Saga of Tanya the Evil, Volume 17. I do like this one. I recommend that if you want a wartime isekai. See You Tomorrow at the Food Court. Remember food courts? I miss those. Sword Art Online Girl Ops, Volume 8. Tales of Wedding Rings, Volume 11. The spicy one. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, The Ways of the Monster Nation, Volume 8. Tsubaki Cho, A Lonely Planet, Volume 1. And Cherry Magic 30 Years of Virginity Can Make You a Wizard, Volume 5.
I just ordered the first four of that because one of my friends recommended it so heavily, and it sounds hilarious. I mean, the 30 years of virginity turns you into a wizard. It's hilarious.
And do you know about Tsubakicho? I like the cover.
I don't. It is a cute cover.
Fumi Ono, second-year high school student, stuck with debts of her father. She needs a job fast. While she didn't. Oh, I read this. That I was upset that it wasn't a sci-fi story. She did indeed manage to find one as a housekeeper for the Akatsuki Kibikino. It leaves much to be desired. After all, the novelist has a mean glare and an even worse attitude. And on top of that, she has to live with him. I thought it was a space manga, but it's not. Anyways, moving on. Urusei Yatsura, Volume 15. Is this the final one, or is there more?
No, 2 more. 17 will be the final one.
Nice.
It does have that kind of final volume vibe to it, though.
Yeah, old photograph of the cast, and the dude is waving goodbye. I can see that. Angels of Death, Episode 0, Volume 4. Cheeky Brat, Volume 4. Delicious in Dungeon, Volume 11.
I feel like the gap between Delicious in Dungeon 9 and 10 was so large, and then it's only been like 4 or 5 months since 10, and now we're getting 11 already. Not that I'm complaining, it's just...
Volume 9 came out in, let's see, over here, January 2021, and then Volume 10 was March 2022.
Yeah. So 14 months, and then now this is what, 4 months?
Yeah.
5 months, something like that. So significantly quicker release.
The Holy Grail of Eris, Volume 2, and Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon on the Side, Sword Oratoria. This is the spin-off, Volume 18. Monotone Blue. And Momo the Blood Taker, Volume 1. Interesting. I'm gonna check these out later. Come on. Reign of the Seven Spellblades, Volume 4, and Sasaki and Miyano, Volume 6. Senpai is so cute. So I'm a Spider, So What, Volume 11. I do like this. It's not my favorite isekai, but it's fun. I do like it. The Wolf Never Sleeps, Volume 2. Yowamushi Pedal, Volume 21.
I finally got every volume.
Did you get the one you were missing?
One that was hard to get. It did come back into print.
Oh, nice.
I like randomly one day I looked on Amazon and saw that it was available, and then I realized that it was also available everywhere else.
Awesome. Cat Plus Gamer, or Cat Gamer, whatever. I think it's Plus Gamer, whatever. But Cat Gamer, Volume 2, coming out. Shikimori's Not Just a Cutie, Volume 10. That just had an anime end last season. Attack on Titan Omnibus, Volume 6. Volume 16, 17, and 18.
Oh, halfway. Actually, I think that is the halfway point. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yep. The Dragon Knight's Beloved, Volume 3.
It's a little bit more than halfway. Sorry.
The Case Files of Jeweler Richard, Volume 3. And this is a dashing cover. Saint Seiya Saintia Show, Volume 15.
That one's ending soon. If that's not the last one, it's ending pretty soon thereafter.
How do you feel about the movie? The Saint Seiya movie?
I don't know. Is it like, has there been anything outside of just like kind of casting announcements?
I think over one of the conventions they announced something. Let me look it up, because I think they announced like a possible date or a director or something.
Well, you do that, I'm gonna see when Saintia show ends.
Let's see. SDCC panel report, live action Knights of the Zodiac film. Knights of the Zodiac is set to release in 2023, and the movie's social media accounts revealed a teaser poster on July 20th with a promise of even more details during the panel. However, eager fans will have to wait a little longer for a trailer. The panel provided more information on the movie's original plot, as well as a first look into its world with an exclusive behind-the-scenes clip. And I don't know if I can... I'll share the poster in a bit, like the little teaser.
Yeah. And the Saintia show ends with 16, so that is the second to last volume.
Nice.
Almost done.
Okay. So next year, we're going to see Saint Seiya on the big screen. Hope it works out for them.
Crazy.
The Girl in the Arcade, Volume 2. Failure Frame, I Became the Strongest and Annihilated Everything with Low-Level Spells, Volume 4. The Kurosagi Corpse Delivery Service, Omnibus, Volume 5.
And Dark Horse did announce that they're going to be continuing after that with a 6 Omnibus and beyond.
Mm-hmm. Cells at Work, Code Black, Volume 8.
That, I feel like that's been delayed multiple times, or some, I don't know, because it was supposed to come back a while ago. That should be the last volume.
I think you're right, yeah. That's a lot of cleavage for a white blood cell. My God.
It do be.
I did like the show. The show was awesome.
Yeah.
Tokyo Revengers Omnibus Volume 2.
Already.
The first one is selling really well from what I've seen online.
Yeah.
SHWD Volume 1.
What
the hell's this about? Never seen that before.
I have not.
Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro Volume 12, and Kakegurui Twin Volume 11. Lost Lad London Volume 2, and Blackguard Volume 4. Also, Volume 3 is scheduled for next month as well, so we'll see if it gets delayed.
Lost Lad London Volume 1 was pretty good if you want a kind of grounded mystery story, and it's only 3 volumes long.
Nice. Love of Kill Volume 1, and Magia Record Puella Madoka Magica Another Story Volume 1 manga. It's a long ass title. It's a spinoff. Seaside Stranger Volume 4. I really like the colors on that. Sky Grazer. I think we talked about this. Seems familiar to me. Is this also coming out in August? Yeah. The Other World's Books Depend on the Bean Counter, Volume 1. It's a manga about beans. Imaginary, Volume 1. The hell's the bean counter? I want to find out. This, I'm probably going to get. Don't judge me, chat. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid in color, the chromatic edition. Basically, best of from the manga in full color. Since I think this is a nice thing if I'm not going to get the full series. I don't know why Toru's missing a nose, but that's how it is. Sundome Milky Way Volume 5.
We are in the last week now, by the way.
Yeah, last week. Shibuya Goldfish Volume 11. Tri-Age X. It's a lot of cleavage. God bless. Trinity 7 Volume 26. Mob Psycho 100 Volume 9.
We hopefully shouldn't be seeing any more drastic delays with Mob Psycho after what Dark Horse said at Anime Expo. Basically, the reason for delays and stuff was because of the publisher being bought and sold like twice in the past few years. Just created a bunch of issues. So hopefully, because Mob Psycho, the manga has been done for a long time with like 6 volumes. So it's just, we're halfway done at this point. It's just annoying to wait for it.
Blue Lock Volume 2. and Lovesick Ellie, Volume 5. The Heroic Legend of Arslan, Volume 16. Wand Dance, Volume 2. Still going. Eden Zero, Volume 18. I like Eden Zero. I don't mind it.
I finally picked it up.
Yay, nice. Have you read anything yet, or
oh
not
yeah,
yet?
it hasn't come in yet, but I got it on sale during the Right Stuff because they put it up, and I was like, you know what? There were certain series that I was like, if these go on sale, I'm gonna get them, and that was one of them, and so I picked it up.
I held out and did not get a single thing from the sale. It was tempting, but yeah.
I think I got enough for the both of us, so it's okay.
Now, I'm looking forward to your haul video when that happens.
Bro, that's it's gonna be like, I did film my San Diego Comic-Con haul, but my like normal haul is gonna be basically like you had suggested before, like a summer haul.
Nice.
I might as well just do a whole new room tour at this point.
Yeah. Something's Wrong with Us. That should be our book because we're super obsessed with books and buying books. So something's clearly wrong with us. Volume 10. No Matter What You Say, Furi-san is Scary, Volume 4. And I'm in Love with the Villainess, Volume 3. My God, this last week is insane. Defrag, Volume 16, and Necromance, Volume 4. Chillin' in Another World with Level 2 Super Cheat Powers, Volume 4. And I was reincarnated as the 7th Prince so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability, Volume 1.
Great title.
Love it. And even the credits. Art by Yosuke Kokuzawa, story by Kenkyo, and a circle and character designs. This is like a full team effort. There's way too many people involved. Oh, thankfully, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, these are September.
Nice. Wait, what's that Daigo? What is that? Had an interesting looking cover in September.
Oh, Daigo the Beast, the arcade fighting manga. There's a lot of arcade manga stuff. There's Daigo, there's Girl in the Arcade, there's High Score Girl, there's Girls Don't Play Fighting Games or something like that. There's a good 4 or 5 books out there. That's awesome. Of course, they're not all great. Some are ecchi, others are more serious, but still. I love arcades, so that's why I'm focused on that.
So that was August. I have to put my notes together so I can make my video on it in the next few days.
Oh my God. Yeah.
There's a lot of like new number ones and stuff coming out. Hopefully most of them don't sound appealing to me, or else I'm gonna wind up buying like a million books to try out.
You are getting Rooster Fighter, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna talk about that.
Absolutely.
Because we're both gonna love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Here's a comment here from Next Imaginaut. Sorry, chat, I neglected you for a minute. Have either of you seen the original Legend of the Galactic Heroes? And 2, do you think it'll ever be re-released on Blu-ray in a more affordable box set? The price? Sorry, go ahead.
Who put that out?
Sentai. That was like the super expensive, close to $1,000 box set.
Sentai does sometimes,
but I mean, obviously it's sold out, but it was a limited thing. I don't know. I don't know if they'd be willing to take a gamble to put it out again in like smaller editions.
I have a friend who like works at Sentai that like
you told me that, yeah.
Like they're not a contact. It's not like someone that like I got linked to because of my like social media stuff, but like actually someone that I know, and then I found out that they work for Sentai, and we've been meaning to go out to lunch together recently, and they've just been super fucking busy, but at some point when we go out and hang out, maybe I can start asking questions about things like that.
Nice.
Golden Wind should be done next
year,
May or August.
Yeah.
May or August. It's one of those. It depends on how they break it up.
Just hang in there. Just we're near the finish line. Don't worry. I also picked up a few volumes of Tales of the Wedding Rings as well. Another series I will piece together and read down the line. Nice. Colors and Delicious in Dungeon Delay may have been because the magazine it's in went through some major changes. I thought it was one of the ones that got moved to a new magazine, but I was incorrect. Saint Seiya says the Lost Canvas was the best of all the Saint Seiya. Gotcha.
I'm hoping that someone will license more of the Saint Seiya manga spin-offs.
Yeah. Eden Zero is okay. I love Fairy Tail, but to me, nothing tops Rave Master. I think for me, Rave Master, then Eden Zero, then Fairy Tail. Nothing to. I don't want to upset the Fairy Tail community. I just don't like it as much as the other two.
For me, Rave Master.
Yeah.
Fairy Tail is down here. Zero is this nebulous area that I can't.
We're gonna find out soon. What do you think of it?
Find out soon. But by everything I've heard, I should enjoy it more.
The sale ate your money. Sorry.
Yeah, it ate my money too. Definitely ate my money.
It's the goat of anime, and people who say they are hardcore anime fans expert who hasn't seen that are lying to themselves. Yes, I'm going to be snobby about it. Don't worry about it, dude. Go at it. As much as I want the series to be released on Blu-ray, it won't. I don't think so. It's too niche of a product, honestly. Even though it's one of the goats. Let's see if I miss any other comments. Guys, let me remind you while I scavenge the chat that this show is brought to you by In Stock Trades, your home for all things collected editions. Whether it be omnis, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, and manga. All the manga that we talked about, you're going to get it at In Stock Trades all throughout August. So you got to go in and check out all the awesome deals that range from 48 to friggin' 50% off. Loyalty discounts tack on an extra 2% to that. And if you order $50 or more in your collected editions order, you get free shipping. Fantastic customer service and wonderful packaging. That's InStockTrades.com, the official sponsor of Omnibros Live here on the Omnibus Collectors Network. Shout out to IST for backing up your Omnibros for so many years. Still going strong. God bless.
Love a terrible picture of me from Comic-Con. Viz Media has it on each of their socials.
I saw that. I saw your tweet about it or something, or on the Facebook group. I don't know where I saw it.
My hair was like, my sweat like pulled my hair to the side, and everyone else in my group looked great. Like,
if you had planned that out, the photo would not have taken place. But since you didn't, it happened.
Yeah, because can you pull the picture up and I'll explain the whole thing, like what happened, just so we can have some.
Where do I go? Twitter.
Anyway,
I look for your Twitter.
Go to either Viz Media's Twitter, their Instagram, or their Facebook page, and they've posted it on there. It's partnered with one of someone in the Chainsaw Man costume.
Hold on. Hold down.
So my crew and I, my friends that I was with, my posse, my clique, they were doing the girls were doing Makima and Power, and so one of the girls, Steph, had talked to her husband.
Is it? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's the one. So you can see me in the back of that picture right there, and my sweat has stuck my hair to the sides of my head, and I guess there was wind. I don't think there was really that much wind because Steph, who is Power, and Laura, who is Makima, their hair is completely in place. But I looked like a freaking hobo. I looked like Paul Simon when he was younger. It's terrible. I hate it. And so they pulled the costume, like they were doing their costume. Steph convinced her husband Chris to also dress just, white shirt, tie.
Yeah.
So I went out and got a white shirt and a tie so that I could do it with them. And I was Denji for this thing. And Laura was like, Riley, where's your Viz contact? Ask your Viz contact if he would take a picture of us for their socials. And I was like, sure. So I messaged him and I was like, hey, where are you at? We want to get, see if you want to take a picture. And coincidentally, they were outside the center, the convention center, actually doing photo ops. And so we went out there and we did the like, they gave us the pochita fingers.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, get together, like lean in, all this stuff. And I think this is like the third picture because they kept saying like lean in closer. So like I'm coming in. And so that picture happens and I'm not even thinking about it. And then after that, I just like go to the side and I'm just talking with my contact and just catching up and stuff. And I was like, oh, what's this? What's that? Whatever. Like, what have you been up to? And they did like specific photo shoots with both Power and Makima. That should go up soon where they were like recreating panels. I don't know where they're going to use it, but it'll be pretty cool. But yeah, that's how this terrible picture of me with wonderful picture of everyone else in the squad.
Emblematic.
Yeah, it's so great. It's terrible. There's also one of me leaning. They didn't take it, but we have the picture of me leaning, doggy style, I guess you'd say, in front of Makima. She's like holding my tie. So we went full on character for
that. I think that's why they didn't want to post it on social media.
Well, that wasn't that. They didn't take that picture.
Oh,
we took it inside the convention center before we went outside. We were just having fun. And there's so many people like stopped us and wanted the squad picture, mostly from them because they were the ones that actually looked good.
Nice. Baz says, if you know anyone selling their Pochita finger, super interested. I'm pretty sure someone will sell it on eBay eventually.
I don't personally know anyone, but yeah, like you said, there's probably going to be someone.
If they put the tote bags on eBay, this thing, of course you're going to get it.
I got a bleach tote bag.
Nice.
Actually, I got an Eden Zero tote bag as well, but that was from AX. But one of the Kodansha people gave it to me from their like stash from AX. I went to dinner with like the people from Kodansha actually.
Nice.
So we hung out, and I still need to send some emails to them to like get my input to them. But there's we were just talking about stuff. I showed them the Shakira box set. We were talking about Akira and Otomo.
Yeah, the Photoshop. Got it.
Yeah, I showed them the Shakira, and they thought it was the funniest thing ever. That was fun. I learned about a pretty big license that's supposed to be
dropping eventually.
They expect that they might be able to drop it next year. And I think, like, I'm not going to say anything because they didn't tell me that I could. But
yeah, no. Don't risk it.
But I'm not going to give any hints or anything. But it's been literally like in the works already for 3 years, and it might be ready to announce next year. That's 4 years, and I think like that was a perfect example of like sometimes these licenses, like it's not just a quick signature that they do.
Yeah.
They work on these contracts for years at some point. So like when people are sitting there like waving their fists in the air, like when are you going to license whatever? A lot of times they're actually in the process of doing it.
That's why I stopped bothering with that stuff because they know, they do their research and they look at what people want. So I never bother with that. If I do it, it's sometimes out of just for the fun of it.
Yeah,
but I never bother with it. We're getting so much stuff every single time that eventually it'll come out.
Like, you remember they used to do live streams, like when they would do the announcements, Kodansha would.
Yeah.
And it would be Misaki would do, she would host it.
Yeah. I've watched a couple.
Yeah. So I hung out with her a lot at the convention. She's really cool.
Yeah.
He was like, apparently because of the people that harassed them so much about Tokyo Revengers, that's why they stopped doing the live streams.
Of course.
But they might bring them back. So
I mean, you could always do them pre-recorded. like Nintendo Directs, you know.
Yes, that's true. But I don't know. She did say that they might be doing those again. If they do, that's great. And I think also they might feel a little bit safer about doing it since there's not like both Tokyo Revengers and then like Blue Lock have been licensed. So there's not something that there's a huge outpouring for. Like I'd say next up would probably be like Chihayafuru or something. But like you don't have as much of a crowd of people begging for that or like Ace of Diamond or GTO, those ones, as there were for Blue Lock.
Gio Riley, just a heads up for anyone interested. I'm interested. Hell friggin' yes. Unfortunately, nobody's airing it over here, so I can't watch it. I'm going to have to wait for the Blu-ray. Masaki Yuasa's Inuo drops theatrically wide release on the 12th. I really want to see that desperately, but I'm going to have to wait. Also worth noting, G-Kids is re-releasing the recent transfer of Kiki's Delivery Service in theaters this Sunday and next Monday. Nice. Matthew, he literally can't say anything, right? If it's a new thing or an old thing.
Yeah, I can't say anything.
Nothing. I'm gonna have to wait, guys. I don't even know.
Next year.
Yeah.
But it's exciting.
This is actually funny. Last night we got the whole stream. We went live for almost 3 hours. Jess, Lou, and I, and we just got bombarded by the sex bots. At every 10 or 20 minutes, they would strike again and again and again. It was insane.
Yeah, I sometimes still get those on my videos. I was trying to think of anything else that I took from Comic-Con aside from Debe Oki's a badass. Like she's awesome. The Kodansha people are great.
You need to do a video on your channel with her, like a chat or something.
Yeah. Viz doesn't like know anything about shoujo manga. Like it was embarrassing because I like took my friends out to get the pictures and stuff, and then introduced them to my contact, and they were talking about Skip Beat and stuff. And which I started reading actually. I think my volume's on the floor over there. And the guy, my contact, was like, "Oh, I don't know that series," and they're like, "Come on." Viz doesn't know any, but Kodansha is super. Kodansha, Yen Press, and Seven Seas do a lot of the shoujo sei stuff. So, but Viz also has like their entire like Sublime is Viz. So like Viz publishes an entire of BL.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Don't worry about it, Matthew.
Another thing is so I forget his last name, but Kevin, who's like one of the honchos at Viz,
Kevin Feige?
No.
Oh.
Said that basically it was him and Gombos from Dark Horse had the same idea. Like the reason that Dark Horse doesn't do a ton of manga is basically they want to keep the number of licenses they handle low so that they can maximize profit on the few licenses that they have. Yeah. But like Berserk has made them so much money since they started doing the hardcovers that like they could license a butt ton of series, but they still choose to do sprinkle one here and there. And Viz guy Kevin was like, "Yeah, we're kind of doing the same. Like we could license more series, but our printers can't handle it, so we're keeping the line steady because of that. And they also don't want to stress the line by adding like too many titles into it because they're worried about the bubble possibly bursting, like it did back in like 2010, and that's what led towards a lot of titles to be dropped. So that's that's kind of their take on it. Like they could potentially have an even bigger slate of titles that come out month in, month out, but they're keeping it so that just in case, it is possible that now things are cooling down, you see a massive burst and like things start getting dropped, and that's what they're like, we don't want to be like on it. I'm not trying to poo on anyone, but like honestly, if that does happen, the person who's going to get it worst is going to be 7 Seas, because they have, like I said months ago, shotgun license, just picking up licenses left and right. So if anyone was to get hit by that, it'd probably be them. But fingers crossed that it doesn't happen. I don't want it to happen, but it's always a possibility.
It's a possibility, yeah. A couple more comments here before we sign off. I think announcements regarding reprints would be nice from any company. I've heard a number of New York collectors recently complain about some older series being unobtainable. Yeah. The companies who make... Oh, this is about the sex bots. I thought you were talking about manga. Should have channels enough for money to spam their bots.
I read sex bots as box sets.
Did you know?
I mean, the same letters. They're just...
Yeah. Licenses can be... wait, man, I got you. Licenses can be problematic, though. For example, Oh My Goddess is currently in limbo for whatever reason. I believe Omar said no company currently has the rights to release it in English.
Every single license is different because it comes to... This is stuff that I like. Was really fun going out to dinner and like talking about this stuff with people, and it's stuff that I've been saying for a while, and they're like validating everything that I say. They're like, yep, and then they say something, I'm like, yeah, I've said that before too. Every license is different, and in some cases you have licenses where the publisher doesn't want to hand it over to an English publisher, like the license holder in Japan. In some cases, the creator doesn't want it to be in English.
The mangaka might be against it, yeah.
And it might be just personal bias, or it might be something like they don't think that it would translate well, or it might be like Naoki Urasawa with Billy Bat, where he's worried that he'll get under fire by Disney because of the similarities between, his the story there and stuff with Disney. There's a lot of different reasons why something might not go through. There are bidding wars that happen as well with the various publishers, and in some cases, like, things are going to get picked up. That's why, like, I thought before that 7 Seas had an arrangement with Kodansha about Tokyo Revengers, but no, they sniped it from them, is what I come to understand. Because Misaki from Kodansha, she was like, I didn't know what happened. Like, I thought we were getting that, and all of a sudden they announced it, and I was like, what?
Damn.
So and so the marketing people don't really know what's going on with the licenses and stuff. So like that's another thing altogether, is when they're actually doing those license announcements, the people that are doing that are not the ones to like rally against and say like, when are you going to do this? Because they don't know. They're not part of that. But I did talk to one of the guys that was part of that stuff before the Dansha. That's where I talked about the license that will hopefully be announced at the next San Diego Comic-Con. And there's a lot of funny stuff around like Otomo's work, and when he was having Akira released in Japan, they were describing to me like the process behind the Akira box set, and how like they had a deadline to hit, and they thought like a year would be enough time, and like they almost didn't hit it to like hit that anniversary.
Yeah.
There's a lot of neat stuff. And then another guy that works with Kodansha, one of the other marketing guys, gave us tarot readings.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've got a tarot card from his deck.
It's random.
It's cool. We're out for pizza. We were sitting down eating, and he just busts out the tarot deck. And he's like, all right, let's go.
Weirdo. Just hope more sports manga get licensed. I want to see more, not straight up horror, but like the supernatural stuff, yokai related. I would like to build a solid collection out of that, because there's a lot of yokai stuff that's stuck in Japan.
I feel like they're doing a pretty decent job. There's been a decent amount of those.
Yeah. But there are a couple like super niche stuff that isn't out, like the Yokai Apartment series or whatever. I'd like to see that.
The sports stuff, I feel like a lot of the things that people want at this point are like the really long ongoing titles.
Yeah.
Major, Ace of Diamond, Chihaya Furu. I know some people would be like, that's not sports manga, but it is. Other things, usually it's the longer running ones and that people are upset that don't exist, or older titles. Hajime no Ippo falls under both categories.
Yeah. Let me before we end it, let me share the poster for or not the poster, the teaser for Knights of the Zodiac. Nothing to look at, just simple image, but still cool. Talked about it earlier. That was released at the Comic-Con panel, coming 2023. I hope it works out for them, because that's an odd one to try and do in live action.
Yeah, it is. Where the choice came to do that.
We'll see. The other manga that I talked about earlier, the SHWD, the Surstrumny, it says here, wanted to read it off for the chat, special hazardous waste disposal has a mission to destroy mysterious biological weapons left behind after the last war. Though SHWD mostly hires men, their newest recruit, Koga, a buff female operative, is assigned to Sawada, the only other woman in the Tokyo branch. Before long, Koga finds herself falling for Sawada, whose powerful psyche complements Koga's big muscles. Together, the unlikely duo must confront monsters beyond their wildest nightmares. Office romance meets buddy cop meets Yuri horror. That is a lot. So if you guys are into that, check out SHWD, coming out at the end of the month.
Should.
They're putting out. What are we talking about? Oh, you guys are talking about Air Gear. Gotcha. Anyways, that's gonna be it. I'm pooped out. It's been a long day. Omnibus Collector, where can people find you on the internet when you're not doing this show?
At the Omnibus Collector on YouTube and TikTok, and Omni Collector on Twitter.
Bingo.
They find you, Joe.
You can find my channel. That's a Week in Geekdom, where I talk about anime and manga. And if you have a suggestion for me to change the name of the channel, let me know, because I've been looking for one for a while now. I also have a gaming channel called Geekdom Gaming. I'm in the middle of recording an episode. I stopped to do this live stream, and now that it's ending, now I gotta go back to that and record some game footage. So that's gonna be fun. And I guess find me on Twitter too, where I talk about nonsense. Whatever. Just follow me anywhere. Type A Week in Geekdom. That's it for now. Thank you to the chat. You guys are great as always. Thank you to our sponsor, that's In Stock Trades. Thank you to everybody watching later. If you watched this video, let us know in the comment section which titles you're most excited for in the month of August. Pretty awesome. Pretty excited to find out. Thank you to the chat once again, and to my awesome co-host. Catch you guys on the next stream. We'll be back next Monday talking hauls, previews, reads for all the comic collected editions. Stay safe, everybody. Catch you next week. Let me close out with a little music, as we've been doing. And the music dropped. There we go. Bye, everybody.